Hi Sagittarius, welcome back. Sagittarius, this is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you might be connecting with. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so feel free to switch the roles if needed. And also this reading is timeless, so I just trust that when you find it, it's for you. When I was meditating on the collective Sagittarius energy, I saw an image of a mailbox, and so I don't know if you're getting something significant in the mail, or check your mailbox, or you might be getting letters or cards, or for whatever reason they wanted to show me the mailbox and mail in particular. So pay attention to your mail, okay? The other image I got was children holding hands singing Ring Around the Rosie. And all of a sudden, very clearly, I heard butterfly effect. So, to me, first of all, there's a great movie called Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher in it. And basically, it's about the ripple effect we have in life. And, you know, every word that is said and every action that is done leads to an infinite amount of consequences or outcomes. And just the slightest change has a change in the overall effect. Also, it's a reminder that even though you think that you would go back and change things at times, everything that has happened with a grander design that you will come to understand when you leave this body and rejoin with your source. You know that even if you cannot see the meaning for all of it, source would not change anything that you've chosen up until now. Okay, so you should also take on that, or they're encouraging you to also take on that stance that everything that's led up to now has built up to who I've become and who I'm becoming, and is helping me to make better choices for my future, and to not look back on it thinking, shoulda, coulda, woulda done it any different, because that's just never how it works, all right? Overall energy is the moon. Piscean energy for some of you could be dealing with that, have that in your birth chart, or it's just the influencing vibes during this time frame. Very emotional type of energy. Could be very moody as well, all right? Because this is all about your feelings and your instinct and nurturing and your gut reactions, as well as your comfort and your comfort zone and wanting to feel comfortable with how you're feeling. It talks about the home and motherhood and mother figures within your life. So all of that being highlighted. Interestingly enough, I just noticed there's a pearl in this image, which the pearl specifically came up for Virgo's reading. So if you're dealing with a Virgo, I have Virgo in your chart, definitely check out that reading as well. So let's get into it and see, Sagittarius, where this is headed for you. Overall energy is the Hermit, and what is this? The Four of Cups in the reverse. So a lot of reflection going on, more Virgo energy for some of you. This is like really going deep within. It's also talking about enlightenment and seeing the path, right? Because oftentimes the Hermit is the person who goes deep into the path of enlightenment, that is searching for answers, right? And so I feel like on an emotional level, that's where a lot of you have been leading up to this moment. And with the Four of Cups in the reverse, this is like actually giving an F. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like in the past, it might have been a bit blasé in your energy. You care, you don't care. You might have been going back and forth. And now it's like, yeah, you know what? Actually, I do care. I care a lot. And I care mostly at the end of the day how I feel. And it's like Source is really wanting you to prioritize how you feel above anything else that may be going on in your life during this time frame, because it's really pulling at that emotion within you, right? And also pulling towards your intuition as well. The person you're connecting with is the Three of Swords, so they've got some painful things going on their end that could be related to the connection. It may not be related to the connection, but this talks about heartache. It talks about feeling like you can't win, and just feeling separated as well from happiness, and having trouble reconnecting and staying consistent with that higher vibration. So that may have been something this person was really struggling with in the past energy, or it may be going on in the present energy for some of you. So already a deep reading, I could tell. This right off the bat went there. So we're gonna go into the past energy, and then we're gonna go into your perception of the connection, and then how you genuinely feel underneath it all, your hopes for the future, and most likely outcome for my Sagittarius. So, Sagittarius, recent past energy for my Sagittarius. Knight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. It's interesting because I had a visual of the Four of Swords in my mind, but I saw it on this person's side, and now here it comes on your side. So I feel like this is you, Sagittarius, kind of taking it easy. Taking it easy on yourself, because I have that song in my head. Trying to loosen my load, I got 7 women on my mind. Take it easy. That could have been your stance, you know? Easy come, easy go. Just trying to, like I said, it's like placing yourself almost in this indifferent type of energy where it's like, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't, you know? And I felt that at the beginning of the reading as well. I feel like you've been vibing high. You know what I'm saying? Like, things have been coming together for you. Things have been feeling more relaxed in your environment. Or you've been feeling more relaxed with where you're at. This is like working on your foundations in life and taking action on your goals and financial goals for some of you. For others of you, this is around the home, you know, and finding like new and fun ways to do things, or, you know, like mixing it up a little bit in your schedule, okay? But just feeling more at peace with where you're at and feeling more restful with the way things are, even if it's not perfect, you know? And I think that's what the overall message was about with, you know, not needing it to be perfect, you know, for it to be all right. And not needing everything to line up for you to be able to be at ease and happy, you know. So I really feel like a lot of you have come a really long way in discovering this about yourself and really placing yourself in that energy by default. This person's energy is the King of Wands, the Star, Page of Cups, and the Tower. This is the recent past energy. So I feel like this person has gotten fired up about their own hopes and dreams and their own wishes, and, you know, wanting to also be more at ease, also be more at peace with how they're feeling. I feel like this person, you know, has some instability when it comes to emotional control. Or at least that's how it's been in the past, where it's like they have this confidence, they're going for what they want, and then it's almost like they revert back to like childish ways, or I have Childish Gambino in my mind right now, the singer. Stay Woke is the song that's playing. This person might have gotten a wake-up call from life, you know, or yeah, they definitely had something rock their foundation. And I feel like there's this very soft nature to this person, even though I don't feel it coming out in the ego self. I feel it in the internal self, like their internal child is actually quite soft and sensitive, even if they don't seem that way to others or on the surface. But I just feel like this person has a lot of hopes and dreams and things from childhood that they still hold on to, even though there's a lot of instability around that for whatever reason. So let's go into perception, Sagittarius, and see where this is headed. Keep in mind that your perception is in the eye of the beholder, so it might be your truth, but it may not be this person's truth. Take it as it resonates. So 10 of Wands, Knight of Swords, 2 of Swords. So when it comes to this connection, Sagittarius, another card flip here. Oh, 2. The World and the 7 of Pentacles. It's like, it feels heavy at times. There's a lot of avoiding talking about things that are kind of important, actually. Things that are necessary for like practical life to function. Some of you, it's like avoiding talking about things that are very heavy in nature. You know, you may feel like this person is someone who has a lot of anxieties or a lot of fears, or that maybe has a hard time seeing like the positive aspects of things, and or that could be switched, but I feel this is how you're seeing it. I just feel like it's like, we don't talk about that, but we don't talk about that, you know, and it's almost like there's too much that's not talked about that really is creating some emotional baggage here within the connection, or it's making it feel more difficult than I think that it needs to be, or feeling more like work than it should feel, you know, relationships, whether it's friendships or, you know, intimate relationships, doesn't matter, should not always feel like a struggle. That's a sign that you or your partner is not in a good space emotionally, or that there's something, you know, underlying going on. So I feel like you identify this connection with something that feels like a struggle at times, or like a lot of work. And I'm not saying you don't work on relationships, but it shouldn't always feel like work, you know, because that would signify that there's not enough flow, and there's too much like assertion within the connection, you know, like too much of forcing it, not enough of allowing things in. But I feel like there's a sense here, Sagittarius, of like either wanting to work on it or working on yourself during this time frame. But I feel like it's working on feeling more successful and placing your focus on back onto the things that you have control over, and also seeing things come to fruition, which I think is helping. So you might have, you know, good things coming to fruition in other areas of your life outside of this connection that's helping you to feel more, you know, on top of things and more successful. And it's like, because you're in that energy, it's also touching all of the other situations and connections, including this one, in your life. So I actually feel like that's helping to move things along, and kind of pulling you out of that doubtful energy, or that feeling of like a struggle. So let's see what your perception, or I'm sorry, their perception of you is, Sagittarius. Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords. Well, they definitely feel like you don't have a problem saying what's on your mind. This person may feel like, you know, you're very blunt. You're very say it like you see it type of energy, and I would say that's probably pretty accurate, knowing the sign of Sagittarius. But, you know, again, it's their perception, so that may or may not be the reality of it, but that's how they see it. All right, give me one more card, please. The Wheel. So yeah, I feel like this person, they feel like, first of all, they're getting clarity and they're getting information during this time frame. And there might be other things that are going on that are unstable in this person's energy, but I feel like they are getting a great sense of clarity on whatever it is. When this person thinks of this connection, they feel like it is at times harsh, you know, at times, you know, enlightening. So it's like you got to take your good with your bad, because I have a song in my head. Well, this actually came up for another sign. I think it was Scorpio. It's Kiana Lede's Take It All. Take your good with your bad. You know, I let you have it. Every piece, oh, I got what you need. So, anyways, it's like you got to take your good with your bad. I don't know. That could be this person's stance or how they feel about you. This person feels like they've been divinely guided to you, Sagittarius. They feel like, you know, that you have definite purpose in their life. I'm not really seeing whether they feel that that's good or bad, but we'll get ready to go into the feelings here in a minute. But I just feel like this person understands the purpose for you being in their life, or the lesson around it, or they're coming to that understanding during this time frame. This person feels like, you know, that there's a lot of karma here that's yet to be talked about, okay? Because it's funny, you see all this, like, you see this person as like either avoiding communication, or there's a lot of avoidance here on your end, and on their side they see like too much communication or desiring communication. Okay, so it is a bit of a yin and a yang type of energy that I'm getting here. So let's go into the emotions and see, Sagittarius, what you're genuinely feeling underneath all of this. For my Sagittarius. So that was perception, that's ego, that's surface level. Okay, we're going to take it into the ethers, to the emotional self. How do you genuinely feel at the core? 7 of Cups. Knight of Cups. You're trying to decide, like, I feel like emotionally, am I being played with? Because I got play with my emotions. I don't know if you're playing with someone's emotions or you feel that they play with your emotions. It's like sometimes it's all playful and then sometimes it's very confusing. And I just feel like you're trying to find the balance there between the both, you know, and I think that's what this enlightenment energy, and it's like, I care. You know, somebody questions whether somebody actually cares, and I feel like, because I keep hearing that, I care, you know, but maybe it doesn't always like feel like that. Maybe it doesn't always seem like that, okay? I feel like emotionally, there is some confusion here. It's like wanting, emotionally being in this space where you want to be more romantic, you want more playfulness in your life, but also, you know, you want to stake your claim as well. Some of you have a battle between wanting to be, soft versus wanting to be harsh. I don't think you're seeing it that way. I just feel like, you know, because I have Prince in my head. Sometimes I'm too demanding. Sometimes I'm... I have Prince in my head. She's never satisfied. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Even doves have pride. Oh, doves cry. I don't know. I love that song, and I don't know why the lyrics aren't coming to me as clear as I know them. But, yeah. Check that song out. It's like, it's this very assertive nature about you, Sagittarius, where it's like, you don't want to show your vulnerability all the time, or, you know, sometimes that very assertive nature kind of overrides the more soft, playful nature that's here. But I feel you're just more comfortable. You're more comfortable in that space, you know what I'm saying? Of being in leadership, or being confident, or pushing things forward. And it's not that you can't be playful and fun, because I actually see emotionally you're looking for more playful and fun in your life. It's just like needing to find a good balance there, okay? I I feel like this is coming from a place of having too many demands placed on you, whether that's other people placing those demands and expectations on you, or you placing those demands and expectations on yourself. But it's like, and it could be stemming from the parental structure, because when you think about that song, maybe I'm just like my mother, or maybe I'm just like my father, he's too demanding. So, you know, we don't want to blame our parents for everything we are, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this could be a taught behavior where it's like never satisfied and very demanding at the same time. And if this isn't your energy, it could be how this person is. But a lot of times, the partners we attract into our life are often of the same, always the same energetic vibration as us. So there's still something to be bounced off of or learned from, whether it's them or you. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like the way that you show that you care can come off almost like, I don't know, more demanding than you actually mean it. Or that could be how this person is. But it's like, this is how I show I care. You know, okay, it may not be in like love notes and squishy, gushy hugs and stuff. Not saying you don't love that or they don't love that, but it's like, I show I care in other ways. I show I care by showing up. You know, I show I care by this very, like, I'm here, you know, be appreciative. Like, that type of energy is what I'm feeling. And I feel it coming from you, but it can be this person as well, all right? But I think emotionally, you're also showing up in your own emotions. So I think that you are doing some like emotional reflection during this time frame, like really paying attention to how you feel. And it's interesting that that song came up, because if you remember at the beginning of the reading, I was saying this highlights motherhood, or the mother figure, or the feminine pieces of you, whether you're male or female. So, person you're connecting with, their emotions, Queen of Swords, 8 of Cups, Strength card. So this person is, you know, emotionally, they're really hard on themselves. I'm just going to say that. And I feel like that's where this exterior ego comes from. They may beat themselves up a lot emotionally. That could be their behavior in general, or that could just be during this time frame, because I get a harshness here, but I feel like it's directed at themselves, although it certainly could be directed at others as well. But I feel like this person's trying to walk away from that behavior, or to leave that in the past so that they can be emotionally stronger, because what they're really looking at is to feel satisfied. And that's so interesting, that word came up, satisfied, because that was a lyric from the Prince song. She's never satisfied. This person may feel like whatever they do, you're never satisfied. You know what I'm saying? Or you could feel that way towards them, but I'm getting like that sense. I'm almost getting like this dialogue where someone is like, but you know, you're too demanding. And this person's like, but you're never satisfied. And then this person's like, you don't care. And then this person's like, I do care. But then you don't show it. But then you don't show it. You know, like, it's like ping pong, back, forth, back, forth. That could be energetically speaking, or like an actual conversation that is occurring, and or the inner dialogue when it comes to this connection and how you feel. But remember, relationships are bouncing off tools pretty much for our soul. So that's kind of what I'm feeling is going on right now. You know, it's a lot of strong emotion. This person has a really strong desire to feel emotionally satisfied, you know, and this harshness, or when they're feeling judged, or when they're judging themselves, is when they feel the worst, you know, and it's when they are maybe even going in like into introversion or privacy type of energy, where they may kind of wall off emotionally. And that's when their ego comes in, and they might have an over expression of that during those times. So let's look into hopes for my Sagittarius. The Chariot. So you're wanting movement forward. For some of you, travel or new horizons. This is emotional energy, more emotional energy. It's more, you're being more emotionally expressive, I feel, of your feelings during this time frame. Because emotions keep showing up here, but you're hoping for movement forward, right? You're hoping that you'll be able to move forward from this, okay? This person is the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and what they're hoping for. This person wants to put an end to a self-fulfilling prophecy. So that's why I feel like this person knows that they are hard on themselves. They want an end to the pain, the suffering. Ooh, that got deep. This could be what this tower is back here, of just like, you know, coming to some realizations about places in their life and places in their emotions that have been unstable for a while and feeling quite torn about it. You know, they may have been waiting for the right timing, but wanting more emotional satisfaction, or placing their focus on being more emotionally satisfied. And then, you know, hoping that for the best outcome, and the best outcome would be to end this back and forth, or this conflict, or whatever it is that is causing more damage than it is causing good. I think this person wants to be more grounded and practical in the energy. And more assertive. So let's look at most likely future outcomes, and keep in mind that all of that can be changed with free will. You're in the driver's seat, not me. I'm just giving you a snapshot of what I'm seeing. So the Devil is showing up here. 7 of Wands. Ace of Swords. And the Death card. So the Hermit again, it's on the bottom of the deck. A lot of self-reflection going on. A lot of enlightenment happening during this time frame. I feel like there's this headspace that you get into, Sagittarius, where you're stuck. And you just start thinking about, you know, things that don't really serve you anymore. That really have held you down and make you feel heavy and make you feel burdened. And I feel like you're clearing your headspace during this time frame. And what are you prioritizing? You're prioritizing your emotional health, your emotional well-being. You know, you might even be putting up barriers or boundaries during this time frame, so that you can sustain this peacefulness that I felt that you came to in the recent past. You know, some of you may be practicing meditation during this time frame, and or just simply doing things that help you clear your mind and bring in more of a relaxed energy. And that is a very significant change for you. And being able to sustain that and to sustain your balance is the key to bringing in big changes for you and transformations happening. And it's like, it's because you're prioritizing how you feel above all else. How does this make me feel? Because if you're not in that good space, then you have nothing to give anyone else. And so I feel like Sagittarius is doing a lot of work in the emotional space, or being pulled towards that emotional space, so that you can do some like clearing of your energy, clearing of your mind, and getting, you know, getting right with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then here comes this change. Here comes this death and rebirth, and getting unstuck. because I feel like there's a lot of stuck energy here. There's a lot of rumination and, you know, fixations on things that, you know, don't go right, or on doing things that don't feel good, and just leaving that behind for more clarity, for more space, for more mental awareness. And you're going to get there by allowing yourself to prioritize your emotions, like I said, but also allowing yourself privacy when you need it, and caring about how you feel. And I don't remember what sign I was talking about this to in the weekly on Sunday, but I shared a meme on my Instagram that I think speaks perfectly to what I'm picking up in this reading. And it was, you know, don't care so much if they like you. Instead, care about whether you like them. And I always want to add on to that. Care most about if you like you. Right? Because the relationship you have with you and yourself, that is going to permeate into every relationship that surrounds you. So you need to get right there first, right? So, and I feel like that's what you're doing. This person's most likely future outcome is Page of Swords, the Lovers, Two of Wands. So this person is both skeptical and excited. Wow, Three of Swords at the bottom of their deck again. This person has a lot of pain in their energy. It may even be going into the body, because I heard pain body. A lot of times when we don't handle very intense emotions, it can cause physical pain. But I feel like this person is in this space emotionally where they are trying not to be their own self-critic, like their own worst enemy. And it is helping them. It is helping them to develop emotionally and go more towards a satisfying energy. But I feel like this person is, you know, they got trust issues. I'm just being honest with you. They may be like very, very closely analyzing you. This is often my spy card. They may, you know, track you on social media, or, you know, if not that, they hyper analyze people in general. But I feel like they feel a very strong connection, even though they feel distance, whether that's emotional or physical. It's like this person is kind of at a crossroads of like, do I plan for the future or do I move it forward over here? Either way, they're getting fired up to take some action in their life, to make some movement forwards, and to get it together, which I think that song was in Scorpio's reading. Don't mind my dogs. I have a delivery person here. But yeah, I think they're very focused on future planning, you know? Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Anyways, as I was saying, I have that song in my head again. Can we get it together? This person's trying to get it together, and I think somebody corrected me in the last reading. It's 703 that sings it. I think I said it was SWV, but anyways. But I do feel that they are a bit torn as to like what the future holds for them. You know, especially when it comes to relationships and primarily this connection. It's like looking forward to the future, but then not really being 100% certain as to like what the future holds. And I feel like it's got to be one day at a time for this person, or they're being encouraged to take the path one day at a time and not try to, you know, overplan or overthink things, because I think they have an issue with that, or at least they have in the past, you know. So I feel like, yeah, this person's definitely geared up and ready for new beginnings, but they have to make a choice as to what that new beginning looks like. And that's kind of where they're at during this time frame. So Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it there. Very interesting reading. Zodiac signs you could be dealing with. I have a lot of Virgo here. I have it 1, 2, 3 times. I also felt Scorpio pretty heavily, and there was a lot of overlap with the song, so it could be Scorpio. And then I have Capricorn, Cancer, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be another Sagittarius. Libra, Pisces, Aquarius, Aries, Gemini, Leo again, Scorpio again. So those are the primary zodiac signs I see, but like I said, keep in mind, and Pisces, if I didn't say that, keep in mind it can be any zodiac sign because it is a general reading. If it resonated, please do let me know in the comments down below. I love to hear back from you guys. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. If you like my style, you can get it for yourself on my sister's online boutique, avasophiaco.com. These bracelets are available now on there. Also, you can check me out on Facebook and Instagram. I do go live there and just talk about random stuff, do random chats, but I also talk about spirituality, meditation, all of that. So if you're interested, it's Tarot Time with Dana. Also linked in the description box, as well as linked in the About section of my YouTube, where I have also added a donation button for those of you who would like to donate to the channel. You can do so over there. Either way, I am wishing you the very, very best, Sagittarius. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.